What is going on, guys? Troy here with episode number 55 of 6v6 Single Spectacular. This is the Spectacular 6v6 Single Series where we battle not only fans but PokeTubers, and that's who I'm battling right now. I'm battling a really good guy here, Daniel, also known as Trainer Zabuza on YouTube. He's also the coach of the Mauville Munchlaxes that is in the EXPNU League, so I am battling an actual coach in a really strong league. It's going to be an intense battle for sure. Can't wait for you guys to watch. It was actually pretty crazy as a battle, I gotta say. We did a mixed OU up to like 3 OU. It was a pretty at the champ selects or the Pokemon select screen. I was just like, I don't know why I said champ select, sorry, but yeah, the Pokemon select, I was just like, huh, you know, you see Mega Charizard, I know it's Mega Charizard, you see Venusaur, like, but you know, it could be either or, but so I see he goes Mega Charizard. Why I predicted X, which is why I kind of kept in Swampert, even if I was like, well, it could be Y. I think I can take a Solar Beam because my Swampert is invested in a lot of health and a little bit in the special defense. I knew it would have been super effective, but kind of thought I could take it, but I guess not. So already off to a great start for me is Swampert dying on the first turn when I could have totally saved it. And then I realized, yeah, I could have totally switched into Tyranitar to immediately take away the sunlight and then get my sand stream going. That was going to help, and now he knows that Mr. Charizard YR is actually Reptar Ed, so it's a girl. So now I'm getting all my stuff wrong here, so I had to switch out. Comes in the Grand Bull, a Pokemon I never really seen, but it is a good Pokemon nonetheless. The Intimidate gonna come and show off that the Intimidate mattered, because look at how much damage that didn't do. But it does take some sandstorm damage, not bad, not bad. So it's also gonna have leftovers too. I don't really realize or really care about that until later. But yeah, at first I was like, oh, I wonder what item that had, but then I was like, oh wait, it has leftovers, which is a good item to give it, I guess. So out comes Beef Castle, my Skarmory. That's the physical tank, but it dodges that play rough, but I probably would have done a good amount of damage, but it is really fortunate that we do dodge it. And then play rough, it doesn't have a whole lot of accuracy misses, which is crazy, so I got really lucky there. So back out comes the Charizard Y, and I'm like, yeah, I really don't want to deal with this. Skarmory does not want to deal with that, and also the Sandstorm is gone, so that is also a problem. I still go for the Brave Bird, knowing that I could have taken whatever hit the Grand Bull would have done, so if I either switched or stayed in, I would have done damage, and I get really lucky here with this crit. So yeah, I guess really good for me, not so much for him, but we're gonna see if that really matters later on in the match. I'm pretty sure it does. Pretty sure any kind of hacks on your side really affects the battle in small ways. We're going to see later on. So then the Tyranitar coming in, going to kick up a Sandstorm, and then I see the Charizard Y going for a Roost. That is actually really scary, because I thought I could just you know, get that thing low enough on Sandstorm, or at least attack it. But yeah, it brings Roost instead of Protect, which isn't that bad, actually. Gotta say, this Charizard Y is proven to be really scary for me. So out comes Super Ninja, the Excelgor. I'm like, oh, this Pokemon totally is not good for against my team. And then the Crunch does a bit amount of damage. I'm not really sure what item it had. Could have had Focus Sash if you felt confident in it. So it's taking some of the Sandstorm damage. I knew it was going to pack a Bug type move, and that is really super effective on my Tyranitar. Even though my Tyranitar is especially defensive, I probably should have kept it in instead of bringing out Garchomp. Even though Garchomp Bug move is super, or neutral actually. And I knew I could go for a Mega Evolution with the Sandstorm, and then I'll activate my Sand Force ability, which is why I kind of bring both in a battle here. But we'll see here, even after this Protect, which I really hoped after this Protect the Sandstorm would have KO'd, because he probably didn't even predict the Protect, probably didn't expect, but it lives with like a 2-3 health. It's crazy, so I have no choice but to switch out, and I'm like, okay, Sandstorm will kill it next time. Let's bring out Skarmory again, going for the Bug Buzz. I knew I could take it because it's 0.25 resisted, so it's like mega resisted right there, even though it's not going to do much. But the Sandstorm goes away, so just my luck, Sandstorm goes right at the wrong time. Then he sets up a Spikes, and I'm like, what the heck's this thing got, man? Now it's going to set up on me. I was about to set up on it, and look what I did. I set up the one Spikes, and I'm like, okay, I guess this thing's going to get a second Spikes, and I'm going to have to Whirlwind this thing out and bring something else, and that's why I'm going for the Whirlwind. I could have Brave Bird, but I didn't want to take the risk of him probably switching out or taking little damage. But here comes the Flareon, the kind of Pokemon I also didn't want to see, because yeah, it's a fire type. He brought 2 fire types, and I brought a Skarmory, so that really didn't work out. So instead of him going for a Flare Blitz, I got really crazy lucky on him bring Flame Charge, but that does raise his speed, so it is a good move to bring. But if it was Flare Blitz, I probably would have died. I did not expect that. I actually kind of thought I could have taken a Flare Blitz anyway. Also, I just go for an attack because I know Flareon's there, not that bulky. They just hit really hard, and I almost take it out. And I'm like, okay, that thing's poison. That's actually going to hurt it quite a bit. And then maybe I can bring a Sandstorm in later. So I do bring back out the Skarmory and bring back in the Garchomp, knowing that I was like, well, maybe I could live another one of those moves. And I saw the spikes, like, oh, wait, now I really can't live. So Garchomp gonna die because, yeah, Flare Blitz's gonna hit hard with the Guts Flareon, so that also happened. So Garchomp and my Swampert are pretty much dead, but the Flareon will also go down because of the Flare Blitz. So he ran the risk. He could have done another Flame Charge to raise his speed and maybe kill my Garchomp, which could have happened, but it's kind of hard to say. Then it would have outsped the Garchomp later. So in comes one of my favorite Pokemon, the Ranunculus. You guys are going to see how great that's going to be. Also, with the Magic Guard ability, he doesn't take any spike damage, and so already I'm loving it. And then he takes a little spike damage on his end too. So the Venusaur are going to go for a Sleep Powder. I was like, oh man, it's going to be this kind of game, I guess. But you know, I'm all for any move that's going to bring, but I'm not a whole big fan of Sleep. So it could have missed too. I was wanting it to miss all battle. So brings back out Charizard Y, hoping to get his son out, hoping to make that thing, you know, do some more damage. My Ranunculus is a little bit more physically defensive because I do go for a Calm Minds. I unfortunately wake up that first turn and then get a Calm Mind off, and I'm like, okay, good. Now I can start setting up because he really didn't have a whole lot to set up against my setup. He didn't really have a lot of things to stop it until later on in the battle when I'll explain. So I go for another Calm Mind knowing that I could take that Flamethrower, and then now I know I could take like 3 more Flamethrowers no matter what that thing's going to throw at me. Even though with that Drought out, it does really hurt quite a lot. So, and I got the Leftovers. At this point, I'm pretty low enough where I could probably go for a Recover, which is going to happen after this Flamethrower. That's just standard stuff right there. So we're going to get my health all the way back up with still my 2 Calm Minds. The only thing I was pretty much scared of was a crit, which would have no doubtedly killed me, or any kind of move like a Whirlwind or any kind of ejecting kind of move item to get me out of the battle. So out comes his Grudra, and as I kind of think, I'm like, you know, does Grudra pack Dragon Tail? That is something to note. That was one thing I was thinking about. And after I get a good attack off it, and after the switch and the special defense drops, I'm like, oh wait, so pretty much I can do a ridiculous amount of attack, and then it turns out I was faster. I did not believe that Grudra was so slow, and I get a crit, which again did not expect that to happen. He later, Daniel said that he had Dragon Tail, and I was like, oh my gosh, the one thing that, like I said, I did not want to see, then it ended up happening. So yeah, which was crazy. So back out comes Venusaur. I know I can just Psychic this thing and kill it, but all the Sleep Powders are just going to land on my Ranunculus, and pretty much at this point, it's just Ranunculus. It's all Ranunculus. Could not believe Ranunculus was able to take so much from this battle. All of the times he got put to sleep and then just, you know, come through. It was a really crazy battle, but man, did not expect how lucky I would get. It was pretty crazy. Not gonna lie. So the Charizard Y going to come back. He pretty much switches out through the Venusaur and Charizard Y, which is a pretty good setup to do. They both work very well together. The Charizard gonna get woken up on against the Ranunculus, and then the Psychic just gonna come in and take it out because I had 2 stages in special attack, so that definitely works. And I woke up pretty darn quick too. So yeah, I was getting put to sleep all game, but I was waking up pretty quick, which definitely helps out. So now he has to bring back out Venusaur. Really couldn't bring out Excelgor again, or would have died to the spikes. Granbull really couldn't do much either because even though it's physical, it doesn't. The Granbull looked like it didn't really do a whole lot of attack. But again, Venusaur landing the 3rd Sleep Powder, I'm just like, man, I really want that low accuracy to kick in and just miss, you know, even though it's like, I think it's 70%. Not bad. So now, even though the Venusaur are going to get some health back with his Black Sludge, he's going to try to Sludge Bomb me. Not going to do a whole lot of damage. It's neutral damage. Even hoping for a crit at this point would get me kind of low, but I think I would probably live it, and I'd hope to wake up and then Psychic and kill it. The only way maybe is 2 crits. At this point, kind of hard to call the game at this point, but it does look, it's heavily in my favor just because I got so lucky off the setup. and the fact that I was able to get a crit on the Goodra and a crit off of the Charizard. So that was pretty much what did the battle for us here. But still important to note, even though I did make a few questionable calls, he totally read me like a book on some of the switches he totally had a really good advantage in this battle. I really saw that the Granbull was going to be a problem for my Tyranitar, and the Charizard WoW was going to be a problem for my whole team pretty much. And the Goodra could have probably maybe taken care of my Garchomp, which was also going to be a thing there. And also, never mind, the Granbull could have took care of the Garchomp too. So out comes the Granbull again. Going to intimidate me, not going to matter. Here comes a Play Rough. We're going to see what damage it does, and yes, it does get me quite low, and I get critted. So that's how I know. I'm like, well, even though I got crit and I still didn't die, a regular move probably would help me live anyway. And if I die with that crit, it would have been a tough battle at that point, because he still had that Granbull left, and then then he had Excelgor also to pretty much die. So at this point, all I'm trying to do is just play it safe. The Play Rough going to miss. I want to recover just because I just want to play it safe. It never hurts to try to be full, and then try to set up more if you can. Even though I knew at this point, yeah, I should have known how the battle was going in my favor, and it really wasn't working out for him. He still tries to go again for another Play Rough. I go for another Calm Mind. Yeah, it's pretty much overkill at that point. I'm kind of sorry for that. Did not really think about that all that much. And then, yeah, we're just going to both leftovers at that point. Again, not much what I can say. It was a great battle just until it turned completely into my favor. But I really love showing off Ridiculous. The Pokemon just not a lot of people get to see. Not taking anything away from my opponent's team, but just sometimes, man, I just got to get really happy and Ridiculous. It's really crazy. So Granbull going to go down, and then all in one turn, Excelgor is going to come out and take some spike damage and die because he did have 1 health left. So Ridiculous is going to come in and get a pretty good kill death ratio on this guy. Just get cleaning up, I would believe, 4 or 5 Pokemon throughout this whole battle. But it was still a great battle. It could have turned anywhere, could have gone south for me, maybe if the Ridiculous got Dragon-tailed out, or if I would have got critted anytime earlier. So once again, I want to thank you guys for watching this pretty peculiar battle against my good friend Daniel over there. Please go check him out. His YouTube link will be in the description. Trainer Zabuza, and he's also going to be in the EXPNU League, so cheer him on as that league goes on. I will be also a part of that league, so join me in that in the EXPNU. That's going to be crazy, crazy fun. So once again, thank you guys for watching this battle. Please, I guess I'll throw in a question of the day since it was kind of late. But my question of the day for you guys is, it was a Q&A someone left me. What is your favorite Pokemon from each generation? I know we got 6 Pokemon here. It's going to be a long question, but hey, I want to leave that question today for you guys. That will also be in the link in the description. Once again, I guess 40 likes for a battle. Let's go for that. And subscribe for more to me, and more importantly, subscribe to Daniel if you already haven't. So go give him a check out. And yeah, so this was episode 55, 6v6 Single Spectacular. Good luck in all of your future battles. And as always, I will see you guys next time.